Dragon's Dogma
Yes,
is
Jim.
out on PC. It's taken a while, but it looks really nice. And there's not really much you can say about it apart from it's Dragon's Dogma, but now it looks really nice.
There you go. Then. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Should we
Yeah.
just go? But no, I wanted to just talk a little bit about how you played it on 360.
I did play a bit of it on 360.
Yeah, so did I. I remember at the time, thinking this is great, and being a much better game than I thought it was, because it got a lot of 7 out of 10s and stuff, and I was like, it deserves more than that because it's fucking brilliant.
Well, like an 8.
Yeah, an 8. It's at least an 8. It's a solid 8. Sketchy 9. I remember its biggest problems were in the fact that the old consoles couldn't really run it very well. It was all frame rate, and it was it had that daft fucking letterboxing, which was obviously to save performance here and there. And there were things about the combat that required timing, and you could do sort of, as a mage, you could do massive sort of area effect spells that just fucking filled the screen with flame or something, and would take out 20 zombies. And obviously when, the 360, and I'd never played it on PS3, but I can only imagine that it was probably worse. It would just go down. I'm pretty sure at one point, I was playing it, and that fucking game went down to 5 frames a second. And I was like, fuck. But obviously on PC, this doesn't have that problem because it's it still looks like an old game. Because we played it the other day on a stream.
We did, yeah. We might play a bit more as well.
Yeah, we might do. Because people seem to enjoy that. So we'll probably revisit it because it's a great game, frankly. And what did you think about how it looks on PC?
It doesn't look like it was made for now.
Yeah.
It does. You can see some of the textures and stuff aren't as sharp.
Yeah,
as games made sort of 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
but it does look very interesting. It's obviously a very big, very kind of detailed world with lots of stuff to do and things in it. So in that regard, I would get it.
Yeah.
Again.
It's definitely a worthy upgrade, I think, because I think if you missed it the first time round, obviously it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot cheaper now as well. So, but if even if you did play it the first time round, it's just by virtue of the fact that it doesn't have that slowdown, it's a much better, much more representative version of the game, and much closer to what I imagine it was envisioned as. And it's got and we pointed this out on the stream, it's got these brilliant kind of moments where, because of the way the map is designed, as a sort of it's mostly a bay area.
Oh, and you can see where you've come from and where you're going.
Exactly.
And
when you get to the way castle, between the starting village and the big city, you can see both of them. You can see the big city from the starting village. You can see the starting village from bits of the city, and it's got this wonderful kind of continuity where you can look at it and physically see the journey that your character's been on.
A nice kind of measurable.
Yeah, exactly.
Progress. Look how far I've come.
Yeah, and it's I remember it looking a bit shit before, but now you can actually see it, and you can see it in detail, and though it still looks like a 7th gen game, and a lot of stuff seems to have survived the transition from 360. So there's a lot of UI graphics that look a bit fucking pixelated and stuff like that. It's just displaying those assets in a much fresher and more technically astute way. So it's the game it was always meant to be. So I think that's why I'm really excited about it. When that game goes dark, it's terrifying. It's proper. It's one of the first games that I remember that did proper darkness rather than just changing the color palette to look like night. It's sort of most games kind of do that ITV color where everything's just a bit blue. You can't see anything unless it's illuminated by fire.
Yeah, which is one of the most interesting things about it when it first came out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was a point that people made about it as well.
Yeah.
So, holy shit, I never realised before that. But games don't do night properly. One of the signature things about this game is that you need to prepare for everything. You need to make sure that you've got enough lamp oil as well as enough curatives and stuff before you go out, because otherwise you're gonna get munched.
Yeah.
So it can be a very kind of brutal game and a very unforgiving game where it's just if you didn't prepare, you fucked it. Obviously this stuff was all present in the original game, but now it doesn't run like TOS. So,
it's a nice summary. I think it looks a bit like a lot of this, like the day and night system and stuff, like the pawns that you can make to help you and sort of sell to other people and stuff. I think it's a different enough game that it feels different still. from everything else as well. There's fuck all come out at the moment as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's come out at the perfect time. I'm really hoping that this is kind of ramping up to them deciding whether or not to do a proper
Dragon's
sequel.
Dogma 2, yeah.
Because they've had Dragon's Dogma online in other territories for a while. I believe it's done reasonably well. Yeah, I would love to revisit that world, revisit that, proper new version of that game, and maybe it could have 2 dragons or something. Oh. 2 dragons, 2 Dogma.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's a really special game. It's still a really special game.
Yeah,
there's so much in it that still feels fresh. As you say, the pawn system. The magic system I always really loved. Like, I thought that was fucking incredible the way they did it. Even right down to the sort of the buttons you had to use to cast magic felt like it wasn't quite natural, because you had to like hold down one of the bumpers and one of the things and charge it up and then release and whatever. And it's like, it wasn't difficult, but you had to do like at least initially like a bit of a mental jump from controlling a game normally to sort of doing this hand maneuver to get a spell cast.
Yeah.
So like weirdly, that kind of made you feel like, all right, I am performing an arcane art here. It's like this is something that only I know how to do.
I'm having to press 3 buttons, mate.
Well, exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Though, for all the faults it had, overall, it was just fucking great. It was just a fantastic game. By rights, it should go down in history as one of the best fucking RPGs of all time.
Well, there you go.
I said it.
Have you seen that Tom Clancy's The Division? A lot of people are saying it doesn't look like what it looked like before. Well, I've went and compared it to the fucking source material, Patriot Games.